New here at 11, a unanimous Wisconsin Supreme Court has ruled that the state's nonpartisan top elections official can stay in her post despite not being reappointed and confirmed by the state Senate. Republicans who control the Senate tried to fire Meagan Wolfe, the Wisconsin Elections Commission administrator, back in 2023. Wolfe had been targeted by Republican lawmakers over how the 2020 presidential election won by former President Joe Biden was run here in the state.